All right, guys. I think we're back here again. Face cam. So yeah, today we had no news, and let's get into NQ here. NQ. So let's kind of just let me discuss what we have here. We have a 4 hour high here. We have a 4 hour low here. We swept these 4 hour. No, these are 1 hour lows right here. And then we obviously had good manipulation. Today was an amazing trading day. Um, we today was pretty simple in terms of like if you were pretty much blind trading this, I'm pretty sure you could have figured out what today was. We actually swept that there. That's not needed. And then let's actually bring this here. Let me mark out the highs on London session. All right, so we got London session high, London session low, and then we obviously let me also mark out our session high. Our session high is kind of like right there. All right, so session high candles, 4 hour low candles, 1 hour high candles. We did have a bullish SMT, but it got disrespected. And then this is a nice big gap that we could possibly recover towards. Since let me draw on here if I can actually find it. Mm, brush. Okay. So obviously we know that we swept. So that was pretty obvious there. And then I think we're just gonna kind of consolidate, and then we can probably come back into this area. And then once we do come back into that area, um, this will be a pretty good buying opportunity right here. I'm feeling like that would be a pretty good buy, but obviously we want to get in early because as fast that it liquidated through this price range, as we can tell by there, we know that if it could decides to come back within this area, it'll be pretty easy to catch a trade there. But we obviously want to get in early, so let's kind of scale down and let's kind of see what will play out during Monday. So obviously we know that Asian session doesn't have a lot of liquidity, and then it's also really bad. Like we'll probably see stuff like that right there through Asian session there. So we obviously don't want to be trading that when it comes into December. That's just from past experiences from trading, because believe me, I've been there. And then I feel like London session will be kind of have like some type of consolidation like this, and then once New York session opens, we can see pretty good bullish price action like as we have there. Because I mean, we did recover a little bit there, so I'm kind of looking for a great entry in terms of after London session and Asian session happens. Obviously, I'm looking for maybe like a fair value gap or an order block. So time will tell, and then obviously I'll make a video on that. So that's pretty much a recap for NQ there. Let's obviously switch over to ES here. Okay, so now we're on ES here. Same story. We haven't had those highs been taken out yet, so this is another good thing that I'm talking about. These highs haven't been taken out there, and then also this gap hasn't been tested through. So there's probably orders sitting right there. So that's just something to keep in mind of. I know that probably ain't the elephant in the room right now, this gap, but um let's see what type of story that we have here. So the price action on ES here was a little bit more choppy than compared to NQ. They were both great. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad if you decided to take the trade on NQ or ES, but I'm pretty sure NAS was leading, so it would have been better. So coming through here again, we had a nice big move down. How I would have traded this um, is that candle, that little blue candle would have been my manipulation, because I like to see a little bit of downward movement for the first two candles. So it's a combination of the 8:15 to 8 a.m. No, the 8:15 to 8:30 a.m. breakout strategy. It's a little kind of like that, but I like to see a little bit of movement in a direction I want to take a trade. So let's say we're pushing down a little bit, and then we have a little retracement candle. That little retracement candle, okay, let's get a little bit more. That would have been like around like 850. So that would have been a manipulation candle, and that would have traded. So essentially what I'm looking for is like movement in the direction that we're trading in it. So we're obviously, so two candles got made. Let's kind of like zoom in here so maybe y'all can actually see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this will probably be better. You see how we made two candles? Okay. let's backtrack here. We made one blue candle, and then we saw momentum to the downside. So that would have automatically told me that we were trading to the downside. And this right, the blue candle would have been my manipulation candle, or as I like to call it, my kind of my entry candle. So I probably would have bought in. I would have sold right there, and then obviously I'm taking like a 1 to 3 or a 1 to 4, depending on that. We did come back into this price range, but one other thing, if I go like on 1 hour here, price did come through here, or actually ended right there. But um, like I said, I'm looking for Asia session and London session to be over with, so then we can come back into this price range. But obviously, we always want to get in early, and we always want to have a 10 out of 10 entry. So obviously, confluences I'm looking for maybe like a bullish SMT. That would have been a great combined with like a fair value gap or an order block. That would have been amazing. So be aware of that when we do come back and retest this price range right there. So be aware of that. So that's futures for you. And we didn't have any news today. So let's kind of swap over to Bitcoin. And I actually wrote down on my MacBook. So this is what I was looking at for today. Great trading day. Great trading day on BTC. Amazing trading day. Let's get into it here, and I can kind of show you. So I pretty much have everything laid out. Bearish S&T right there from this 4-hour high to this 1-hour low. So obviously really good. Untested price range, just like we talked about. Untested price range right here. And then if we scale down to like a 50-minute, man, this was just everything lined it up for me. Like bearish SMT there, failed order block right there. Actually, no, fair value gap. My bad. Fair value gap to the downside, and that was an immediate entry for me. Like this doesn't get any better. Like this to me would have been like a 9 out of 10. If we had a slight better confirmation, no, not even confirmation, but man, this was the most easiest thing to trade. Like bearish S&T, fair value gap to the downside, untested price range. So I can retrade this price range. This is like 2xing your money right here. Okay, so let me explain to you how am I going to trade when it decides to come back into here. So obviously I want a good solid candle closure above this above this high right here. And as we all know, higher time frames hold higher power. So like I said, I want a candle closure here, and I'm just executing on the same strategy. I'm gonna be executing on the same way I traded this. So you know how we had a bearish SMT there? So this time I'm gonna be looking for a bullish SMT. So from like decent highs. So if I can get like a decent high, a decent blue candle to the upside, then that's obviously gonna set a good confirmation. And then after that happens, obviously order block. I would like to trade a fair value gap again. A fair value gap would be amazing. And then a little retracement candle like we talked about on futures. Like I want to see like a good candle, like that would be a good entry candle. Like those are good entry candles right there. And then this does qualify as like a 1-hour low, but since we moved up so good, then yeah, I'm not really worried about that low. These lows matter a lot more. So that's gonna be pretty much it. So I hope y'all guys trading has been going pretty good. Let me look here and see about news. So news for next week, we have no news Monday. Actually, we do have news. It's Empire State Manufacturing. No news. No, we do have news Tuesday. Tuesday is actually crazy. We have ADP. We have core retail, non-farm, unemployment rates, flash PMI. Let's see if y'all can actually kind of like see that. I don't think that's actually gonna focus. That is not gonna focus in. But anyway, y'all can go look at it. It's crazy. And then Wednesday we have FOMC Waller speaks, and then Thursday we have CPI. I feel like Tuesday will move the market more than Wednesday did. So be aware of that. Tuesday is gonna be an insanely volatile day. So be aware of that. Um, so yeah, I feel like that's gonna be it for today, guys. That's just gonna be it for today. I hope y'all guys stay consistent like I've been, and welcome to the new face cam. I've also can see the new backlight in the background. So, and I'm obviously gonna get some key lights, so I won't look so orange in my videos. Um, that's gonna be pretty much it. Just stay consistent, guys. Like I've been where y'all have been. I know what it's like to trade on a sucky setup and just have parents that don't believe in you. And I've probably been where you've been. People don't believe in you. People hate on you. People call you corny for the things that you do. I promise you, I've been there. I have people told me that trading is not gonna work out for me, and it's just a waste of my time and effort. But look where I am now. I'm sitting here on YouTube, trading with y'all guys, explaining how the markets work, and giving y'all actual value that you can learn. I explain the charts to the best of my ability and how I understand it. So I hope y'all guys can now understand it as well as I can. And I'm gonna continue to create value for you so you can learn and learn how to trade these markets. I want to make a Discord so I can help y'all. Obviously, I do have to reserve some of my value for paid membership members, but trust me, it's not going to be some shitty course. It's going to provide legit value. Like legit lives. I'll trade with you live. There'll be probably be 4 tiers, and on the 2 higher tiers, you can trade live with me. So you can guys can. So if I lose, I'll try to help y'all win as much as possible, and that's gonna be what the Discord's gonna be. So I'll definitely be doing that at like around 500 subscribers to maybe 1,000. So I actually have members. But if we get legit members, and I'm obviously gonna have to vet them, but if we get legit members, then hopefully I can get really good people in my Discord. So yeah, that's where the channel's gonna be headed towards. So I think that's a wrap for today's video, and I want you to stay consistent in trading. Don't let anyone hate on your dreams. Continue to pursue them with a burning passion, and I think that's gonna end today's video off. So thank you, and I love you all.